This is our podcast song. It isn't very long.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, thanks everybody for tuning into Laughing with Gingers.
The podcast where two feisty redheads with loud laughs share crazy stories, play games, and spread silliness and joy.
That burnt little redhead over there. That burnt woman is my partner in crime on the Laughing with Gingers podcast, freshly back from Burning Man, Kristina Curry, the one and only.
Oh my God, that was an amazing intro. And that is Sarah Alifin, newly certified diver who will probably be burnt in the future. And my co-host of Laughing with Gingers. You know, water means sun.
That is true. That is true. It was a conversation. Yes. It was many conversations about my burning.
Yeah, waterproof sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Is that.
Yeah, I have my face sunscreen is reef safe, but
good.
And it's water resistant. But I guess they haven't actually tested that. So some boats apparently won't let you put sunscreen on the boat, which I did not expect. So
why? 'Cause it'll like damage the boat?
The reef.
Oh, there. I pulled up a list once. There's a list of like what is good for reefs and what's not good for reefs.
So they haven't actually like done extensive testing. So they don't know if it's actually good for reefs. They just are like that it's okay with the reef, apparently.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Divers are big, like, earth friendly, conservative.
I love it.
Like,
I'm with them on it.
Keep this planet in the best shape possible people, which was super fun.
Burners too.
Yeah. We were doing literally the opposite thing. I was underwater. You had no water in the air.
Yeah. I was in the dust. You were in really nice, delicious water.
Crystal clear water.
We were both wearing sunscreen though.
Yes, true. And we were both probably carrying a lot of heavy gear.
Yeah. I did a lot of work, a lot of manual labor.
Yep. Me too.
We both played with bowling balls.
That's true. We did. I played basketball under the water with bowling balls. Kristina played pool with bowling balls, which I'm now realizing pool has two meanings, like water pool and like pool table pool.
No, pool table. It was a giant pool table and the balls were bowling balls. How funny is that?
That is so funny. I love it.
We were playing with bowling balls.
Yeah, and we were like, essentially what I was diving in is like an underwater amusement park, basically. There are mazes and like games to play and a carousel and a Black Hawk helicopter, all this stuff. Yeah. And that's kind of what you were doing too.
I mean, technically the playa is an ancient seabed. So same.
That's why it's called the playa.
Yeah. So same but different. It is kind of trippy to think that you're standing on a spot in the world that used to be the bottom of a deep ocean with a bunch of live, fish swimming around and bottom feeders and shrimp and coral maybe. And it trips me out sometimes.
I'm sure that's the only thing anyone is tripping out on or about at Burning Man.
Yes. Drugs are illegal, kids. Federal land.
I guess I'll have to take that one off my list for Never Have I Ever, which is what we're playing today.
Oh my God, I can't wait. We brought glasses of wine. And if you guys want to play along out there, we'll give you a second. Go get some wine, go get a beer, go get tequila. If that's what you want. Because we're about to play Never Have I Ever.
Yep. The drinking game version.
Drinking game version stuff. We're going to learn some stuff about each other, and it's going to be quite interesting.
Yes. It was very hard not to cheat at this because I have such an elephant memory. I wanted to, I almost almost said, "Never have I ever peed and not washed my hands on a podcast."
Ah! Oh, I got a drink. Woo, down the hatch. I was rushing.
She was. We had to pause so that Christina could use her little tiny pea-sized bladder to pee. She forgot to mute herself, so I was
Everyone
part of the
heard.
experience.
Everyone heard, and they know I didn't wash my hands. Oh my
Oh,
god.
boy.
I feel like
Uh,
mine are kind of not that risky, and I feel like I should have gotten riskier.
mine mine are really random.
I gotta tell you, I was like, I don't know what to ask, or what to say. So I went on and I just like started typing never have I ever. And there was like a blog that said, here's 250 questions to ask. And literally I read through the first like 30 of them, and all of them was yes, I've done that. Yes, I've done that. Yes, I've done that. Yes, I've done that. I'm like, this is going really poorly.
Yeah,
I need
Christina's about
another
to be drunk.
list. I had to do another Google search. And that list was like out the window.
Yeah, I it was really hard for me not to choose things that I could
Mhm,
guess that you had done, so
mhm,
I chose
mhm.
some random things.
I'm here for it. I'm here for random. Mine are probably kind of random too. Mine are a little not risque, but still, that's okay.
My first one is a gimme,
Okay, go. What is it?
and you're gonna have to tell the story about it.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
is this part of the game? Do we have to tell the story?
I don't know. Well, it depends on what the story is.
This one's safe.
Okay, cool.
Okay. We'll ease you in, but it's totally a gimme.
Okay, okay.
Never have I ever
Mhm.
read children's stories to adults dressed up as a sprout.
Oh my god, I have to take a drink.
This one you gotta tell the story.
Yeah, I okay, let me take a drink. My playa name is Rainbow Sprout. And it's a very like whimsical playa name, and I have this like rainbowy gradient felt sprout hat. And that's how I got my name. Cause sometimes I can be a little like rose colored glasses and naive and like everyone's nice and sweet and not so like less real, like, you know. And anyway, so I do this event on the playa called Reading Rainbow with Rainbow Sprout. And we read kids' books out loud. And I read one to get it all going, but then I invite others to read it because it's actually really fun to read kids' books out loud and be animated and like, do the noises and stuff. And last year I did, well, 2019 I did it, and like one kid showed up, and then the rest were adults. But it was sweet. She gave me this bracelet that when you unhook it, it turned into a unicorn, and then you broke it apart and you could hook it back as a bracelet. It was adorable, and she showed me how it worked, and it was so sweet.
That's
Um,
so
yeah,
cool.
it was cool. So, yeah, we read books this year. I did the event again, and a couple of my campmates brought books, and all of the books they brought made everyone cry. You know how kids' books can really be those tearjerker, like, oh God. Yeah, so they all made us cry. The last one we read was The Giving Tree. So, of course, everyone cried at the end for that also. Yeah. But it's really cool. It's a very, like, chill event, and it's really fun to relive your childhood memories through kids' books.
So true. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. I love it.
Mhm,
It's one of
mhm.
my, like, favorite little Christina-isms.
Yeah, yeah. It kinda started because one night we're all sitting around. Oh, I found a book. I found a kid's book randomly at Burning Man 2017 or 18. And I threw it in my basket, and then it was like 2 in the morning, we're all surrounded by, like, or we were surrounding a fire, and it was like a very chill mode, and I whipped it out and just started reading it, and everyone, like, cried, and we loved it, and it was wonderful, so I'm like, "I'm gonna do this again."
I
Uh,
love it. I
yeah,
love it. Well, you've got one finger down.
cool. Oh, yeah, that's right, 5 fingers, okay. 1 finger down, I'm at 4. have to try and remember that. Okay, I'm gonna say this one because I feel like you have, but I can't remember. But I feel like it's a you're gonna have to drink. Okay. Never have I ever broken a bone.
Oh, I've definitely broken.
Yes, I knew it. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's broken one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
bone? More than one?
Well, it depends on how you define broken, because if you define it by fractured, then two. Um, so I fractured my right wrist in high school snowboarding.
Oh
Um,
shit.
Barely, like you could barely see it. It was just like a slight fracture.
Mm.
And then when I was after the first year of teaching, so my first year out of college, I I was snowboarding again,
Oh man,
and I
dangerous
took
sport.
this, like, super, like, risky turn. I used to snowboard with a professional snowboarder. We went, like, once a week for probably 3 years straight.
Mhm.
So I took this, like, really risky turn, and it was either that I took this, like, really crappy fall, or I was gonna hit a tree
Mm.
because I hit a patch of ice. Um so
Oh
it was I
no.
didn't have, like, an option, so I had to take a fall, but I waited until, like, I was just about to hit the embankment down into the tree to take the fall, because I was like, "I can recover this. I'll get an edge, I'll get an edge." Never got the edge, and I was like, "Shit, I gotta fall." Um, so when I went down really hard, and I
Oh.
displaced my it was my left wrist. I'm left-handed, so it's very inconvenient as an art teacher, um,
Oh no.
to not be able to demonstrate anything for 6 weeks.
Oh
Um,
no.
but I broke it bad enough that it was, like, displaced.
Ugh.
Of course, I drove all the way back to where I lived, like, right outside of DC from the mountains in Pennsylvania.
Oh
Um,
my god.
and they had to, like, pop it back into place, and then I was in a
Ugh.
sling. My cast came up to my bicep because if I turned my wrist, then it
Yeah.
was going to refracture it because of the way that I broke it. So they had to make sure that I couldn't, like, turn my arm at all. So they had
Oh
to essentially stabilize
no.
it. I lived with all guys in, like, what I
Oh,
would call
oh,
basically like a post frat house at the
oh.
time, and no one was interested in helping me put a bag on my arm to take a shower.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dudes are terrible. Just kidding. Was your arm straight out or was it bent at the elbow? Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was tough because I had to mix chemicals for darkroom photography, and, like, if they get into the
Mm-mm.
cast, then, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
not it's bad news bears.
it was bad news bears, but yes, I've broken 2 things, both from snowboarding, very
All right,
different
well, one
ways.
finger down. One and for those counting along at home, you should have both hands up. Since you're gonna get 10 questions total, and you
True,
need to put your fingers down as we go through.
true. Yes,
Um,
this is correct.
okay, cool. Okay.
Alright,
All right.
you
Next.
ready?
Yeah.
Never have I ever failed a class.
Oh god, I have to drink. Damn it!
I had no idea whether or not you failed a class.
Mhm. Dude, it was my first year in college, and I did not realize you could drop a class. I just stopped going.
Oh, no,
It
Christina.
was a rough first year of college. I didn't know what I was doing. I took random classes. I had no idea what my degree was gonna be or what I was gonna do with my life, and so I just took random classes, and I have had no interest in them, and I stopped going to, like, 2 of them and promptly got, like, a 1.2 GPA that first semester.
I should have probably combined these 2, so, we're just gonna tack this one on, and because one of them was played hooky from school.
Oh, 100%. 100,000%. I even when I was a 4-point student, because I did eventually figure out my shit and, like, my life, and I started going to school seriously, but even then, as a 4. I graduated. I finally graduated 4.0 and like a couple of accolades. So I got it together. I got it together, but still played hooky even though I had a 4.0.
Yeah. I will count those as
Yeah.
just one together because you outed yourself by accident.
Yeah.
And I have a extra one anyway in case I needed it.
Oh, I have a few backups too. We might have to go beyond our 5 fingers.
Oh, goodness.
So wait, you've never skipped a class ever?
Not unless I was
Oh,
like sick
shit.
or had a real reason, then I couldn't go, like had an appointment or something like really
Mm.
serious came up.
Oh my god, I even skipped classes in high school.
Never for me. So
Uh,
my thing with class is I
mhm,
have that crazy memory. So if I went to class, I didn't have
mhm.
to study. But if I
Mm,
didn't go to class, I had to study, which meant I had to
yeah,
buy the books. And since I didn't buy any of my books, my textbooks in college after the
mm,
first year because I realized this.
you
So I
didn't
was
need.
like, yeah, I didn't need them unless there was like required reading outside of class. And usually I had somebody else that I knew in the class that I could like use their textbook or we could split the textbook.
Mhm.
But I paid for college. So, like, you know, the $500 on
Expensive.
textbooks,
Yeah.
that made a dent.
It seriously, like, I remember, I would spend thousands on books. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I know, they're so expensive, and when they do updates, I mean, it's don't get me
Yeah,
started on
volume
school things.
3, 4, I'm like, "What, you changed a few words and that's it? That's
Yeah,
bullshit."
like, the diagram is different on a different page, so now we need a new edition.
Yeah, shut
Yeah.
it down. Okay, I'm so curious if this is true. Are you ready? Never have I ever clogged someone's toilet.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god.
Um, Actually, like, the one that I can specifically remember is not in the way you would think, and I totally will tell this story. I hope he doesn't ever listen to this podcast because it was mortifying to me. So so we had a friend who lived in downtown Annapolis, and that's like super old plumbing. And
No.
he had historically had problems with his toilets, and I knew this, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I really had to pee. So
Mhm.
I used way too much toilet paper by accident because I didn't turn the light on and I clogged the toilet. It was the middle of the night and then I was like, I can't do it. I tried to plunge it. It didn't work.
Oh
It
no.
was awful. I was so embarrassed. It was actually like I was in like for sure year 1 of dating Philippe too.
Oh
Um,
my god.
Asked Philippe, I woke him up and asked him to come try to unclog the toilet. Now imagine how
Oh
much he thought it was a
no.
lie that I just used too much toilet paper.
He's like, "Nope, she took a big old shit and she's just trying to cover it up."
Right?
Ah!
Oh my
Oh
god.
god, that's
It
terrible.
was so embarrassing. It was
Oh
so embarrassing.
god,
The
love
whole way it
that
unfolded.
true.
Yeah, he had to like call a plumber.
Oh no, it's awful. Oh god, and you're like, "Seriously, it was just pee."
Like there's a point where you no longer get to like say anything about how you clogged the toilet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Too soon. Oh god. All right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. I'm gonna drink for you on that one. That's cringeworthy.
Oh god, it was embarrassing.
Mhm. Mhm. And you don't embarrass easy. Neither do
I
I.
know. I know.
But that shit is embarrassing.
Ah, boom boom ching.
Oh god. Oh god. All right. What do you
All
got?
right. Never have I ever
Mhm.
snuck out of the house.
Oh shit. I have 100%. Cheers to that one. Yeah, I've definitely snuck out. Sometimes I got caught, sometimes I didn't. I can't even pinpoint a specific story because I did it a lot.
Wait,
Not
did
a
you
lot, a lot, but, like, enough.
I did not plan this, but did you sneak out of the house the day you stole the mushrooms?
Those wooden mushrooms?
Mhm.
It must have been the middle of the night, but I don't think I snuck out because so Jennifer, my, longtime best friend who I grew up with, her mom was like one of those cool
Cool
moms who,
moms.
yeah, who like let her do anything, right? So we would like leave the house out the front door. Her mom did not care.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm sure we were just wandering around in the middle of the night, you know. Nowadays, that seems really dangerous, and I can't believe we did that. But we were also, it was like a small town in Wisconsin where nothing bad happens to you. I
Wasn't
would
Ed Gein in Wisconsin?
um, you mean like a serial killer?
The serial killer who Psycho is based on.
He might have been. He might have been.
I'm pretty positive he was in Wisconsin with his
Listen, I'm
nipple
not
belt.
saying I made great choices when I was young. But it was these cool looking, like, 1960s style, like, retro wooden mushrooms in someone's yard, and me and Jennifer stole them because we thought they'd be really cool to paint. I wish I still had those. I don't even know what happened to them. We never ended up painting them.
So, for reference, this came up in a previous podcast episode. I have no idea which episode it was,
Yeah, I
but
feel like I have told this story before.
yeah, in that episode, for those of you who didn't listen to whatever episode it was, whenever it aired,
Was it the one that Jennifer was on?
I don't think so, but it's possible.
I feel like you asked me if I ever sold anything, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I did."
Yeah,
Might
what you
have
were
out of
like once.
a lawn in high school.
Well, in that episode, I was like, "Oh my gosh, they were probably like the marker for someone's like dead family pet or
Oh,
like ashes or something."
I remember now, you made me feel so terrible.
Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
Oh god.
Oh
Oh
boy.
god.
All right, what have you got for me?
Okay, um, never have I ever learned a TikTok dance.
Never.
Damn it! I would have thought for sure at least one.
Not even like a YouTube like I never learned the Soulja Boy dance. I never learned any of those. Never.
Oh, damn it. I was like, I feel like she probably at least has learned like one.
No, I'm so like I for some reason I just like my friends all learned it and I was like, "Oh cool. What do you do with that knowledge?"
You record yourself and post it on TikTok.
I'm not interested in that. Yeah, you have to drink.
I know I'm drinking because I'm like, I guessed wrong. I guessed poorly.
You chose
I
poorly.
chose poorly.
All right. Never have I ever tried psychedelics.
Oh, my God, take a drink. Oh, God, tried and used.
Not me.
I didn't do it till I was an adult. My brain was fully formed and functioning.
I mean, we're
Um,
not saying that anyone should emulate any of these things.
no, absolutely not. Don't
Always
clog
wash your
people's
hands when you
toilets.
pee,
Yeah,
people.
don't clog people's toilets.
I like how we both went to that.
I know, I know. Yeah, there's this like really interesting book by Michael Pollan, which is this best-selling New York Times author, and he wrote How to Change Your Mind, and he wrote all about like psychedelics, but he says you shouldn't really take them until you're like well past like 25 because your brain is still forming and these psychedelics can kind of, mess shit up in there. So, luckily I read the book, but I was already well past 25 when I read it, and I was also well past 25 and responsible when I did it. But
I'm
Highly
not here to
recommend.
judge.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't feel judged, and I highly recommend it, kids. I mean, adults.
Disclaimers.
I know.
Kristina does not speak for the Laughing with Gingers podcast.
I only speak on behalf of myself. And
And
only some days.
she cannot say whether or not she is being sarcastic in this
Yeah.
comment.
I may or may not be serious. Oh my god. Oh my
I've
god.
always wondered if you had.
Oh, yeah. Maybe offline I'll tell you more about it.
Yeah, that's when you don't have to tell the story on here.
Yeah. My mom listens, guys.
That's true. That's true.
Although I'm sure she would not care. By the way, Jill is coming to pay me a visit next week, everyone. How
Oh, I'm
exciting
so
is that?
jealous.
She's gonna be here like almost a full week hanging out here. It's gonna be great.
Maybe she can join us on Laughing with Gingers.
Yeah, maybe we should have her. Oh, that's true, because she'll be like right here with me.
Yeah, I love when Joe joins us.
I know. She's great. Okay, let's definitely connect on that because maybe we need a Jill episode.
I feel like we should. Yeah.
Ooh, we should play Never Have I Ever with Jill.
Oh my God. That wouldn't even be fun with my mom. She didn't do anything.
Oh my god. I feel like my mom probably didn't either. But
I don't know. Your mom
um,
is willing to experiment.
she is. I know. It's actually true. Like I reminded her the other day, she literally like went to be a pilot. She went through pilot training and like flew a plane by herself and went through oh my god, I almost knocked my wine over. Oh my god. That's such a big cup that my elbow totally knocked it and I caught it.
Never have I ever spilled wine all over someone I just met.
Okay, I have to drink. Damn it.
You know that I have so many times. Oh my God.
I have definitely spilt on strangers. Oh
It's
my god.
honestly, it's a concern. Like, it's kind of like babies. Like, you
Mhm.
know that when you go around babies,
Mhm.
they're kind of like glazed donuts. Everything's a little sticky with toddlers and infants and
Always.
babies.
And they smell
Um,
really sweet.
and they might barf on you or sneeze in your
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
And you just accept the consequences. It is the same with a spiller. Just
Mhm.
reframe your mindset. Kristina and I are spillers. If you want to drink wine with us, there's a chance it's going to be all over you.
Do we need to wear a name badge or something to like call attention to ourselves in that capacity?
I generally self-identify and say I'm a spiller.
Mm. See, I don't. And also what happens is I spill on strangers and then I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a spiller. Like it happens.
You got to
And
do it in
one time I
reverse.
did 4 strangers in a row. I told you that story, right? Like all at once. I'm at an afternoon networking event at
Were
one of
you
those tables.
spinning around?
No, what happened was we sat down. We sat down for like the awards and the speeches and whatever.
Oh no, you spilled
Yeah.
it on the table and it spread.
Listen, it was a round table with a white.
Oh no.
And of course, they set up a wine glass with water and a wine glass with wine. And of course, we all had been carrying around a wine glass also. So there's like minimum of 3 drinks in front of every person.
Oh
And
no.
I knocked down one and it was literally dominoes and it just went ba 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 all the way around 4 strangers we had just like met and all 3 of the people that I came with that works with my company, it stopped at them. So I literally dumped 2 glasses of wine and a water into a stranger's lap. All 4 strangers. They got up and left. They literally got up and moved to a different table.
I
It was
spilled
so embarrassing.
I spilled a tray of waters all over the editor and chief of On Tap magazine when I was waiting tables.
Oh,
He was there
god.
reviewing the opening of the restaurant that I was waiting tables at, and he said something that made me like it was just jarred me a little bit, and the whole tray of waters just went whoop onto. He had a hat on, like a bucket hat kind of
So much
thing.
liquid.
It,
That's so much liquid.
it was so bad. He did walk me to my car at the end of the night, so it was fine. He was okay
Okay.
with it.
Oh my god.
That was where it ended too.
I
Just
feel
walking to my
okay, I was
car.
like, "Did you guys make out?"
No, no. No, it was a very, very underdeveloped kind of, I mean, I would say it was really at that time very, very, very sketchy area, and I had all
Oh,
my
just
tips
being
with
a
me, and he
gentleman.
recognized that and walked me to my car.
That's really sweet. I feel like listeners out there who are spillers can completely relate to our
I
spilling.
know. If not, then everyone is just pissed because 'cause they're like, "God, somebody did that to me one time."
I know. Oh my god. They're like, It's you 2. It's you 2 that did that to me that one time."
Yeah, nobody is, you're
Sorry.
either a spiller or you've been spilled on or both.
I spill on myself a lot.
Oh my god, all the time. All the time. I just looked down the other day and I had wine on my boob when I answered the door.
Oh.
Red. White shirt.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course it's the red. Of course.
Okay. What have you got for me?
Okay. Oh, it's my turn? Okay. Never have okay, I don't think that you have done this, but I just wanted to throw it out there and see because if you have, I wanna hear the story. Never have I ever gone on a blind date.
Oh, I almost asked you this too.
What? I've never done one.
Um, I don't think I have.
I know
I've
for a
had
fact I haven't. I feel like that would stand out in my brain as like, "Holy fuck, I went on a blind date. Cray cray."
so I guess this is where I say I don't think
Right,
because
right.
my very good friend Jess, who I hope at some point you meet, she is delightful,
Mm. Mm.
who was my work colleague and then became my roommate.
Mhm.
She knew Philippe because her boyfriend was friends with Philippe at the
Mhm.
time. And so she was trying to get me to meet him, and she would like change plans at the last minute. Those are air quotes for anyone who can't see me.
Yeah, because 'cause we're on a podcast. Ah!
She would change plans at the last minute to try to get me to meet Philippe. And I would, this is my
Mm.
husband, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. Um, Clearly, she was right, and I was very wrong here. I used to get out of the car and like walk home or like metro home, depending on how far she had gotten me from where we were or like from our house.
Right.
And then she finally got me to sign up for kickball and be on his team. So in a way, it wasn't an
Mm.
intentional blind date, but I feel like it's a gray area because it was intentional on her part,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it was a
Yeah.
group setting. So, yeah,
There was an attempt.
I feel like that's a half finger goes down, and a half
Were
sip.
you like hang on, let me ask you a question. So, you went to kickball, and were you like, "Oh, is that the dude over there?"
No, I
Oh.
never knew his name or anything.
Oh, really? So you 2 just sorta naturally hit it off without her pointing out, "That's the guy I'm trying to set you up with."
Yeah, actually, and we hit it off
Oh.
talking about snowboarding.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, it was
Full
like a
circle.
organic blind date in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't
I like
know that
it.
I can say no, but I also
Mhm.
can't totally say yes because I
Yeah.
wasn't privy to the knowledge.
Mhm.
But she really did do a good job. Philippe has a totally different origin story of our dating because he didn't know any of this was going on at all.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it was just
He had his own experience.
his own experience was just meeting me at kickball, and it was great.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like his experience.
And then he didn't call me because I didn't have y'all, we met in 2008, I think,
Uh-huh.
and I did not have a cell phone that texted.
Sarah, how dare
So
you?
he had to actually call me, and he's so shy, and I didn't know he was shy because we hit it off.
Oh my god, I
And
can't
so
believe he
then
actually called you, to be honest.
Yeah, so then when he thought he would see me at kickball, but I had grad school every other week, and he only was coming every other week because he was working on the Zillow, Realtor.com merger. Um,
You guys were off weeks.
we were off weeks, so we didn't see each other again for, like, 2 months, and we saw each other at the last game, and then he was like, "I gotta button this up, like, I gotta see her again." So he was like,
Last
"Yeah,
game.
give me a call, like, next time you're in the city," and I was like, "Oh, no, I don't have your number. You have
Ah,
mine, and you didn't call me," and he was, like,
um,
horrified, so then he called, like, 3 days early to lock in our next date, which was a group
ah.
activity. Poor guy. Poor guy. This was the time of
Oh.
flip phones. He had internet on his flip phone.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, I mean,
All I
this
had was Snake on my flip phone, but everyone had that.
I forgot
You
about
remember that
Snake.
game? Snake.
Oh my god, life has changed so much.
I know! What is happening? Slow down, world.
I know. We are ancient in couple life because
Yeah.
even online dating wasn't like a thing.
Oh, yeah, I've done the
eHarmony was founded when we were starting to date.
Yeah, Twitter was founded in '08, so that gives you kind of a weird idea.
Instagram wasn't founded yet.
No, no, Instagram definitely wasn't a thing. Twitter was, but Twitter was, like, still kinda tiny. It launched in '08. I only know that because it launched at South by Southwest in Austin, and I was living in Austin at the time. And they're like,
Ah,
"Oh, this Twitter thing," and I'm like, "Twitter?" I got in early just because I was in it and people were talking about it, and a lot of tech gets experimented in Austin because of South by Southwest, but, that's the only reason I know that.
that's so interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's really weird.
All right, am I up? Yeah, I am. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Never have I ever crashed a wedding.
Oh, I mean, I feel like this is like a kinda sorta for me also.
Bring it. Let's hear it.
Um, so one of my like
I took a half sip for her. She has not taken her sip yet.
Okay, let me take it. Let me take a sip.
She's almost through her giant glass of wine, just so everyone knows who's
I
listening out there.
know. I know, I can't believe it.
It's
It's not a
4:09.
deceiving it's not a deceiving looking glass either. It was legit big and there's a legit lot of wine in there. So we had these like friends that I sort of knew, but like, out like I would just see every now and then at like burner.
Peripheral friends.
Yeah, yeah, they're like my burner friend. It's super nice, like amazing. I only knew the husband. I never met the wife and or the boyfriend girlfriend thing before they were married. And a bunch of my friends that I am really close to are going to their wedding in Vegas, and it's a burner wedding. And if you've never been to a burner wedding, they're amazing and epic and wonderful because burners do it up
They are
crazy
really
style.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, crazy style. They definitely break from tradition, which is really fun. And you can wear like it's not like the traditional wear, like super nice clothes that feel really uncomfortable.
No, it's like you get to be you and
Yeah, yeah,
express yourself through what you wear.
exactly. Yeah. So it's super fun. So
Not to steal
all
your story.
No,
Sorry.
it's totally fine. So all my friends, like my close friends that were going, were rallying around trying to get me and my girlfriend to go. And so one of my friends is like, "Well, I don't really have a girlfriend right now, so you're my plus one." So then I'm like, "Okay, so we're going to Vegas. We're literally crashing at the series of hotels that, you buy when it's like cuz he was
The block.
yeah, he was officiating their wedding. So I was his plus one. We somehow kind of maneuver my girlfriend in, and then she takes a seat of someone that just didn't show up and eats their meal.
Oh
All
my
of
god.
this like we're definitely communicating with the groom on it, and my friend is he is officiating and he's very close to the couple and
Is
he's
this
telling them
Malcolm, Happy Malcolm that was
no, 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 no,
officiating?
he actually didn't go.
'Cause I feel like he would be an officiant. I don't know
He would
him or
make
an
yeah, he would make a really good if me and Angie were ever to get married, I feel like he should be the one to marry us because he was Angie's original friend a long time ago, back in like 2010 or something. and he knows me really well. He knows her really well. I should actually give him a warning if in case we ever get married, he should marry us. But yeah, it wasn't happiness, but shout out to happiness. And a happy accident happened. One of the couples that was in the hotel next to us got pregnant and now they're having a baby. And like it came from the wedding. So it was like super sweet.
Well, look at that.
I know. I'm so happy. Mike and Shireen. Shout out to Mike and Shireen. They're having a little baby named Olive, and it's so cute. I'm so excited. I can't wait to babysit. And it all happened
Aw.
at the Vegas wedding. So we sort of crashed, but like it was all very much group support and like not terrible. But I definitely have to drink because we did pretty much crash the wedding.
That is
I sent a gift. So, you know.
that's important.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, when I was imagining this, I was imagining more of like when I was photographing a wedding. This is what I do in the other part of my non-laughing life.
Mhm.
Although I laugh a lot when I
I was
photograph,
gonna
but
say, I think it's still
I
fun.
mean, I have a great time. It's just very
Yeah.
different because it's not about me.
Yeah. It
Um, we had a madam show up
isn't.
and crash a wedding who's like a very prominent, like deals with political figures, madam. Crash
WTF? What?
crash a wedding. Yep. Yep. They're also pregnant right now, that couple.
Oh,
But I
that's
don't think I can
sweet.
shout that out after I just outed that.
Ah,
They
that's
were not
okay.
pleased.
Oh, no. Yeah, I wouldn't be pleased having a madam wandering around my wedding.
With my grandma.
Yeah, that feels really inappropriate for some people.
All right, do you have another one for me?
Yeah, okay. Oh my god, I'm really curious if you've done this. I feel like you are the person that would do this, but I just don't know. Okay. Um, never have I ever sent a stranger a drink. She's thinking, guys. She's thinking. She's looking up and to her right. She's thinking.
I feel like I probably
I
have.
feel like this is a thing that you've done, and I wanted to hear this story.
So I feel like I did this at the airport with a woman that was crying.
Oh, poor
She
lady.
deserved it.
Yeah.
And this was
Court
so
crying
long
is the
ago.
worst.
Yes. I'm pretty positive I sent her the drink and I didn't go over and like give her a drink or like offer her a drink.
Yeah, that's
Um,
mine.
but it was in Atlanta, which is like the worst airport on the planet.
The worst
Maybe
airport.
not the worst. It's
Terrible.
bad though. It's bad.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's a bad airport. It's a very stressful airport. It's very easy to miss a flight because
Mhm.
connections are tight and everyone's connecting.
Mhm.
Um, and this one was like just kind of like quietly crying. This was also before I had a cell phone that texted because this was actually like this might have been like 3 days before Philippe and I met. Actually,
Ooh, that's crazy. You remember it as like literally 3 days.
yeah, and I know because my aunt who helped raise me died. So I was having a tough day, and when I have a tough
Oh.
day, my coping mechanism is to do something nice for someone else who's having a tough day. Because then
Yeah.
I can kind of like release some of it and say like at least I made a difference for this person today.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um and I was out of town when she died. So the whole thing was just very stressful for me, but
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I like sent her a drink by bartender. Um,
Yeah, that's kind of how I like envisioned it
so
happening.
cheers to that.
Okay, good. That's a better story than like, oh, there was a cute boy across the way and I just sent him a drink.
You know, it's funny when I used to go to the bar with my brother a lot when we were in our 20s.
Mhm.
Women would send him drinks at the bar all the time. And then they would give me
Whoa.
like the dirtiest looks. And we look like twins. So I was always like, how do you not know? Like, you should try to be my best friend. That should always
Yeah.
That should be the default. If there's a guy who has a girl with him and you're
Mhm.
looking to potentially hook up with him,
Yeah.
be best friends with that girl because you'll find out if that's his girlfriend. It could be his sister. It could just be a friend. But
Mhm. You
being
never know.
best friends with them, you'll find that out without
Mhm.
being disruptive.
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
And then, But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he also I think there are very few times Dan went home alone.
Ah, get it, Dan,
No
get
shame,
it.
no shame.
Ah, a man has needs.
And women
If
do
it
too.
Yeah, and if they're sending over a drink, get it. Get
Yep,
after it.
yep, yep, yep.
I love it. I like that women are taking that into their hands and their control.
Again, this was before Philippe and I started dating. That was probably in 2006 when that like,
Mm,
the specific incident I'm thinking of happened with
mm.
Dan getting sent all these drinks.
Oh my god,
Shout out to Lucky Bar in DC, which I don't think is there
ooh,
anymore.
Dan was getting lucky.
I know, that I kept making that joke.
Yeah, I would
Oh
too.
god, it's
Dead
so
horse.
gross. It's
Beat
so
it like
gross.
a dead horse.
It's so gross.
Um,
So I have a last one, but
okay, yeah, bring
do
it.
you
So this is my last one. I've literally drank all my fingers.
I think I have 2, and I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that we are both about to drink the remainder of our wine here.
yeah,
Are
I'm
you
almost
ready?
done. Yeah, I'm ready.
Never have I ever hurt someone else's ears with my laugh.
Oh my god. I feel like we both need a drink on that one.
10,000%.
Cheers. Cheers to our laughs.
Oh
Mhm.
boy. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun. And thank you, everyone. I wanna know how far you guys got. Did you put all 10 fingers down?
Yeah. Are
Yes.
you drunk now too?
Yeah, DM us on Insta.
At Laughing with Gingers.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, we wanna hear from you.
Yeah.
Um, and let's see. So get access to premium content, including ad-free episodes, swag, special events, access to us and more. Starting at just $3. Check us out at patreon.com/laughingwithgingers.
Can you tell we just went back to script reading?
I know.
Um,
I talk the fastest when I read.
the best is, I don't know if you all have noticed this, but I've been trying to steal Christina's lines in recent episodes in the script and
Messing
like
it up.
really throwing her off. She gets so it's like I'm totally bamboozling her.
Yeah, I'm like, "Wait, what's happening now?"
She's like, "But I say the Instagram thing."
We have merch?
We have merch. You can get your very own blue-footed booby sweatshirt or bra if you want blue-footed booby bras, and
Oh,
all kinds
that's
of
fun.
other fun stuff, um, over at
Mhm.
laughingwithgingers.com.
Yay, and thank you everyone for joining us, and tune in to Laughing with Gingers next week for some more good times.
We hope you have a good rest of your night.
Bye.